watched a commercial that brought back another commercial that this company had made, and it's I'm ready to rant. So every once in a while I do these rants, and I'm going to do one today on medicating our pain instead of addressing the issue and at times embracing some of that pain. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and like this video if you end up liking my rant. Leave me some comments too if you disagree with me, but I'm going to rant a little bit today about a company that sells anti-inflammatory. So I've seen multiple commercials from this company. One of them was with Santa Claus. He had back pain, and so, hey, just take our medication, Santa, and you'll feel better. The one I saw today that got me a little frustrated is this gentleman's working out. He's flipping a tire. He's doing all this hardcore training, battling ropes, etc. And it's like, hey, Dave, I don't know his name. Dave's going to get sore. And so Dave should take our product so he's not going to be sore, so he can keep blasting. And this is the state of our culture in many ways, the Western culture, about how it deals with pain. We just want to numb ourselves. Numb me. No pain, no pain, no pain. And, that whole saying, no pain, no gain, it's been crapped on lately because it's like, well, you shouldn't be in pain all the time. Well, if we're talking about joint pain, sure, agreed, no joint pain. But if we're talking about the pain that comes from training hard, that metabolic pain, right? The burning in your muscles, breathing hard, pulmonary function and cardiac function, there's some pain that's associated with the exercise that triggers those high responses. Certainly muscle pain as a result, right, of damaging some of those muscles and then having them repair stronger before. There is the process of pain that results in good things. And without going too far in the weeds here, if you want to build a strong character, some of the strongest people I've ever met, I'm talking about their intellect, how they carry themselves, their emotional maturity, which I'm probably not exercising much of right now, is because they went through pain. Not pain could be through education. That pain could be through experiences. That pain could be through both. That pain, right? But whatever it is, there was some pain there. We've gotten so accustomed in our culture just to numb ourselves. And I see this now in the world of physical activity. That commercial just blew my mind, right? Because if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that soreness is a good thing within reason, just like pain of any kind within reason is a good thing. It can be a good thing to adapt from. If you look at training theory, right? I've gone on videos. There's some pain involved with that, which results in supercompensation and a positive result. So this gentleman that was exercising, no, if you're in pain, okay, number one, allow the pain to persist, because that inflammation cycle, I'm talking about the muscles themselves, not a joint pain, we'll talk about in a second, is a good thing because that's going to trigger stronger muscles. That's the process. If you take NSAIDs, you are going to blunt the process of gaining muscle mass. Now, how much of that process is going to be blunted? It'll depend on the person. It'll depend on how much NSAIDs they take, right? I'm not saying that all the gains are wiped out. What I am saying, though, is that you're blunting the response, the inflammation response that has been built in our bodies that allows us to adapt. So next time that guy trains, he doesn't have to go through the same painful process. Okay? Because he's numbing himself and not facing the pain of dealing with soreness, he then is not going to adapt as much as he could have. And so he's going to have to deal with the pain again. At some point, you got to face the pain. Okay? Number two, if that gentleman had done the proper exercise routine and progressed it properly, he wouldn't be in so much pain he'd feel like he needs to take an NSAID. Now, everybody's a little different how they can deal with how much pain they can deal with. Some deal with it more, some deal with it less. But hire somebody who knows what they're doing, or ease into a training program. So Dave, don't take your NSAIDs after. Dave, just don't try to, like the show's workout routine. Why are you flipping tires? Obviously, if you haven't done that in a while or never, don't flip tires on the first day. If you're a coach, don't have people flip tires the first day they're back to training or have ever trained. That's not a very smart way to approach training. Have I made mistakes with clients and overtrained them in the sense of too much volume, too much intensity? I sure have. In fact, I have a story about that. I tell my students, and I meant not to do it, but I still did, and this lady never came back to the gym, and that's on me as a trainer forever. I hope she came back. She was an obese lady, and she needed to be in the gym to be healthier, and she had the courage to come to the gym and she got sick during the training session, and I couldn't get her back in the gym. That was my fault. That's on me. That was bad progression. The thing happened, though, when I see that I'm going to work so hard and just bludgeon myself every time I go to the gym, and I'm so sore I can hardly function. I think it's great. Well, is it? If you're taking NSAIDs to blunt the response, it's not great. And if you have to take time off for the soreness, if you don't NSAID yourself, well, you're missing out on training volume. Okay, it's not a all out or all in or all out type of approach with exercise. there is a middle ground that's actually the right middle ground, meaning there's times you might modulate a little harder or less, but if it's accumulated volume over time, that's what makes the biggest difference in fitness and weight loss, whatever it is, accumulated volume over time. So if you're going really hard in stretches and then you burn out or you have to NSAID yourself to death and you're like, I don't want to do that again. So that's not helpful. So besides, avoiding the pain, the number two thing is look at, hey, is my exercise routine progressing properly? Am I jumping in too hard? Number three, if it's a joint pain issue, no pain, no gain is incorrect in this point. But instead of just NSAIDing yourself and drugging yourself up with with this products and others, a better approach would be say, why am I in pain? Go seek a medical professional first. If the medical professional is a medical professional that sends you home with NSAIDs, go find somebody else that'll actually help you because that person's not helping you. Okay? Just because somebody has credentials doesn't mean they're smart. They might be smart in a very small, narrow area. If you read that book Range really hit home. If you haven't seen the book review that I did on it, because I just see it. I see it in the field of exercise and sports science. I see it in general, but the field of exercise, sports science, and in medicine. Find somebody, though, that's going to help you. If your knee hurts, it likely is a common, now, unless you've had some sort of injury direct to the knee and you've torn something in it, the hip and the ankle are likely culprits in what's going on in the knee. You need to find somebody to help you to give you an exercise routine or a rehabilitation routine to help address the joint issues or one of the joints or both or whatever the issue is to help fix, quote unquote, the knee issue. Not NSAIDs. It's not going to get better. All you're doing is just putting Band-Aids on it. The knee's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Putting a sleeve on it, it's not going to help. Might keep it warm, but it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. You have to fix the problem. You can't just medicate. Again, we don't just want to medicate ourselves into oblivion. Stop medicating ourselves. Let's fix the issues. I could go in the health direction here. Instead of relying on medication to fix our cardiovascular issues, how about we just exercise? Let's promote that. Let's spend lots of money on that. Instead of supplementing medication, let's supplement trainers. Let's get people into the gym. And with trainers know what they're doing so they don't run people off like I did to that lady the first time that she came in. So if you have a joint issue, find somebody to help you. And then do the rehabilitation exercises. And then do them when you feel better. Even if you don't do them at the same volume, maintenance it, keep doing them. That's what's going to keep it away. It's not going to be the meds. The meds are just a Band-Aid. That's all it is. It's like ice. It just reduces the pain. It doesn't fix anything. So get off the meds and fix the issue instead of relying on the meds. So the Santa Claus video, this one's going to seem a little bit, I don't mean it in a trivial way or a flippant way, but Santa, doing his thing and he's got back. Santa needs to lose some weight. That's just the reality of it. Santa would feel a lot better if he lost some freaking weight. I would feel a lot better if I lost some freaking weight, working on it. Me and everybody else out, well, not everybody, me and a lot of people out there, right? Losing body fat is helpful. That's load on your body. Anything above your knees is going to be hard on your knees. So if you're carrying, an extra 25 pounds in your midsection, that's like strapping a 25-pound plate to your body and walking around with it. Well, yeah, your back and your knees are going to hurt. If you carry your fat in front of you like I do, it's going to pull on your back, right? If you're a woman and you tend to gain a lot of weight in breast tissue, it's going to pull on your spine. So this is, again, instead of medicating, let's deal with the issue. And going back to exercise again here. Well, I can't get the weight off. Well, because I don't want to train like a crazy person. Agreed. I don't want to train like that either. So find somebody who will help train you properly. Start doing just walk if you haven't been walking already. Again, I'm not being judgmental when I say this. I'm encouraging myself. But what the point of this video and why I'm ranting is I'm frustrated with the fact that we just are in this cycle of medicating ourselves. We just medicate. And in fact, that medication's hurting our gains, and that medication is not dealing with the problem. Okay? So I hope that's helpful. Probably not. Maybe it's just, I'm just ranting. I'm just frustrated when I see this. I see this in dealing with children that are active. We just give them a label and drug them up. I'm not saying there isn't time when that's helpful, and I'm not qualified to determine where that threshold is, but we should be very slow to want to tell a child not to be active and drug them up to the point where they're not, just because it's convenient for a classroom. That's not going to fix the problem. In fact, all we're going to do is make that kid sedentary. This extends to a lot of things, okay? A lot of things. If that kid got a chance to move, and we've seen this in the research literature, okay? If that kid got a chance to move and push some blood around and burn some energy, that kid's going to function better cognitively. He just wants to move, or she just wants to move. Give him a chance to move. Don't medicate him. All right, I'm done. My blood pressure's up. I need to go work out. I hope this rant was helpful. Again, I don't know how it would be, but I sure feel better. I don't know if it'll change anything, but leave me a comment below and you can rant on me if you want to. I'll see you in the next video.